Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I am so excited to be back. I am here to film my January TBR for 2026. I can't believe that we are at 2026. Now probably when you're watching this, I'm probably going to be uploading it around New Year time. So I hope you all had a lovely Christmas if you celebrate it or not, and you got lots of great gifts, and wishing you all a happy New Year. And I'm so excited to be filming my first proper video back on booktube. I have been under the weather pretty much the whole month of December, had really bad flu, so if you hear my voice, I'm still sounding a little bit croaky. I'm still kind of getting over the flu, unfortunately, but I'm so excited to be filming this video. And for my TBR for 2026, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I have enlisted the help of a few bookish friends to help me pick my January TBR. So I asked a few bookish friends to pick one book for me that they think I will enjoy, and they have sent me a couple of clips to pick a book for me that they think I will enjoy. And I'm so excited to share with you guys the books that they have all picked, because they are all amazing. I did watch the clips prior to filming this just to check that I didn't have any duplicates. And for two of my bookish friends, I'm actually going to be doing a spinner wheel, so that's going to be quite fun. So I actually don't know what I'm going to be reading for said person's pick, but yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah, without further ado, let's just crack on with the TBR video. Okay guys, so we're going to kick off with one of my very much bookish friends. I've known this person for a long time, and she's the loveliest human being in the world, and I absolutely adore her. And the person in question is my bookish friend Barb from Barb's Booklands. I will leave everybody's channels in the box down below if they do have a YouTube channel, and any socials and all that sort of stuff. So Barb recommended to me something that I have had on my radar for a while. So I gave everybody my Storygraph list, and to pick something that I knew that I did own either physically or on my Kindle, because I've got so many Kindle books and I've still got quite a few physical books that I still haven't gotten to yet. So I gave them that challenge to find me a book that I do own in some way. So Barb decided to pick for me something I have had on my TBR for a while, and I was never ever sure about it because I didn't think I would enjoy it, but she's picked it for me, so I'm going to read it in January. And she has picked for me Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. This was, I think it was an Illumicrate book last year, I want to say. And this is, I've got the synopsis up here on my Goodreads, I'll just read the quick synopsis. So this is a fantasy with mystery to it. So I've not really read a whole lot of this kind of genre blend, but it says it's a mind-blowing murder mystery on a ship full of magical passengers. If Agatha Christie wrote fantasy, this would be it. So I do like a murder mystery, but I also do love fantasy. So yeah, so I'm definitely intrigued about it. I do like the cover for it. The cover is really pretty. So the synopsis for this one says, for 1,000 years Concordia has maintained peace between its provinces. To mark this incredible feat, the Emperor's ship embarks on a 12-day voyage to the sacred goddess's mountain. Aboard are the 12 heirs of the provinces of Concordia, each graced with a unique and secret magical ability known as a blessing, all except one, Ganmedius Picero, class clown, slacker, and all-round disappointment. When a beloved heir is murdered, everyone is a suspect. Stuck at sea and surrounded by powerful people and without a blessing to protect him, Ganmedius, I don't know how you pronounce that, odds of survival are slim. But as the bodies pile higher, Ganmedius must become the hero he was not born to be. Can he unmask the killer and their secret blessing before this bloody crusade reaches the shores of Concordia? Or will the Empire as he knows it fall? So it sounds a bit like kind of Death on the Nile kind of vibes, like a murder on a ship and all that kind of stuff. So it does sound quite good. So I'm definitely here for it. So thank you so much, Bob, for picking this one and putting it on my January TBR. So I am excited to give it a try. Okay, so next up, I can't actually show you the book for this pick because I do own it physically. So my lovely bookish friend Theo, who I know from Steph Loves Patreon, he is just the most lovely person that I've ever chatted to. I absolutely adore him. So I asked Theo to pick a book for me because I wanted him to get involved with my TBR. And so he decided to pick for me Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. And I have had this for a while, and I think it is quite a popular series. It's Greek mythology and romance, I want to say, and this is the stunning Fairy edition that I got with really cool sprayed edges, and I do quite enjoy Greek mythology. I think Theo said he gave it 4 stars, so he did say that the world building is maybe a little bit tricky to understand, but once you're in it, you totally get it. So this one, it's the first book in the Villains of Lore series, and it says, step into the Colosseum at the Spartan War Academy, where monsters are made and immortality is won and even a god can die. And we're following our main character, Alexis. Alexis Hare isn't a hero, and she certainly isn't a god. All she's ever been is a survivor, but the fates disagree. When a blood test leads her to admittance at the Spartan War Academy, she'll have more to do than merely survive. Alexis will have to claim her birthright, immortality. Yet immortality is a privilege, one earned in the crucible of the Academy, where the heroes are villains in classroom battlegrounds. While unyielding gladiators Achilles and Patrol hone her into a warrior, her professors, the 2 brooding heirs to the underworld, hunt her steps and her thoughts. Because they are gods, they are bound to be monsters, and there is more than one hunting Alexis. So it sounds interesting. So I'm assuming it could be like a love triangle, potentially. I'm not too sure. Do you have like takes to become a god? So I do quite enjoy Greek mythology kind of vibes. Oh, and this is pretty too. Look at this artwork on the back. And I don't know how many books are in the series, so if I do enjoy it, I probably will end up continuing the series, but I do like this artwork. It's really, really pretty. So thank you so much, Theo, for putting this one on my TBR. I can't wait to get to it. Okay, so next up, I am so excited that this person I asked to pick a book for me said yes, and she agreed to pick a book for me. So I asked the lovely Gabby from Gabby Reads. You all know Gabby, the creator of Summerween, Winterween, and I just love her so much. She's so lovely, and I am a patron of hers, and I just really enjoy her channel. And as I said, I'll leave her channel link down below. And we also have Winterween in January, which I'm so excited for. So definitely Gabby's pick will definitely work for Winterween. So yeah, without further ado, let's get Gabby's clip on and see what book she has decided to pick for me. Okay guys, so let's find out what the lovely Gabby has picked for me for my January TBR.
Hi Claire, thanks for asking me to help be a part of this and to help control your TBR. My pick for you is going to be Don't Let the Forest In. Of course, how could I not pick this book? It's my #1 favorite book that I've read this year, and I love this for so many reasons, but mostly because I really connected to the characters in this one. There's really great like forest atmosphere in this, but then there's also some really great horror elements. There's really good like forest stuff happening, and I just loved so much about this book, and the relationship in this book is so freaking cute. So I highly recommend this one for my pick. But if you need a backup, or if this one's already been picked or something, then I would also recommend Crash Test. This is another queer romance story that I read this year that I absolutely loved, and I've been hoping for more people to pick up this one. It's a romance that involves these F1 and F2 drivers, and it's very juicy and just very intense. And so either one of these would be my pick. Maybe whatever you're in the mood for, maybe you can flip a coin. I don't know, that's up to you, but thanks again.
Thank you so much, Gabby, for picking both of those. I am definitely excited for both of those, but I definitely think I am going to pick Don't Let the Forest In, because I have had that on my TBR for a long time, and it will be perfect for Winterween. So thank you so much, Gabby. So thank you so much, Gabby, my love, for picking those 2 books for me, both amazing. I would like to maybe try and get to Crash Test in January if I can. But if not, I'm definitely going to be picking up Don't Let the Forest In by CJ Drews. This has definitely been on my TBR for a while. I think it'll be perfect for Winterween. I'll need to I think it'll probably fit quite a lot of the prompts for Winterween. But this one is, as Gabby said, it's queer, and it's like foresty, dark kind of atmosphere, and the forest is kind of like quite a big element to it. So I'm definitely really, really excited to get to this one. So thank you so much, Gabby, my love, for picking both of those amazing book picks. But I'm really, really excited for Don't Let the Forest In for sure. Okay guys, so next up, the next person that I asked was the lovely Heather from Books and Heather. I met Heather via Bree's Amazing Readathon. She was one of the team leaders for one of the teams for the Amazing Readathon, and as I said, I'll leave her channel linked down below. So she's a recent booktuber that I've started watching. I really enjoy her videos. So without further ado, let's find out what the lovely Heather has picked for me to read. Guys, so let's find out what book Heather has picked for me to read. I'm really excited to share this one with you guys.
Hi Claire, I am so excited to help get to pick a book for your January TBR, and I looked through your story graph. I saw a lot of romantasy, but I didn't see this particular book, so I hope that you haven't read it or that you haven't DNF'd it or something in the past, but it is my favorite romantasy book, which is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa
Great
Godwin.
pick.
I absolutely adore this book. I adore the female main character, but the male main character in here is my absolute favorite. I will say he is a little different than your typical romantasy book boyfriend, if you will, but I absolutely fell in love with him. I love all of the side characters. I love the plot. This is following Tisana, who is an escaped slave who just wants nothing more than to learn how to use her magic and free her people. And I've just devoured this book. I read it so quickly. There's some super scary moments, some super sweet moments, and I really hope that you're going to enjoy it. Again, thank you so much for asking me, Claire. Have a great January.
Thank you so much, Heather, for picking that one for me. I really enjoyed Serpent in the Wings of Night by Kirsten Borbin, and I haven't managed to get to the Daughter of No Worlds series, so I'm really excited. So thank you so much, Heather, for putting that on my TBR. I can't wait to get to it. Okay guys, so the next book that we have is Daughter of No Worlds by Kirsten Borbin. So thank you so much, Heather, for putting this on my table. I'm obsessed with the cover of the, well, this is the indie cover because it's been traditionally published now, but I do love this cover for the indie covers, and yeah, I do love a bit of romantasy. I do have a lot of romantasy on my TBR, and it's definitely been on my list for a while. So thank you so much, Heather, for putting that one on my TBR, and I can't wait to get to it. Okay guys, so next up, I asked the lovely Leandra from Leandra the TBR Zero. I absolutely love Leandra. She's so lovely, and she's definitely picked something for me that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, so I actually can't wait to share this book pick with you. So yeah, let's find out what Leandra has picked for me to read. Guys, so let's find out the book that Leandra has picked for me to read. I'm so excited. Okay, there we go.
Hey Claire, thanks so much for inviting me to pick a book from your story graph that you need to add to your TBR. I scoured the list and I found the perfect book. At least I'm crossing my fingers that it's perfect for you. It is a cozy fantasy, The Delicate Dream Department Store by Mie Lee. It's also a translation, which I think is always a great addition to anyone's TBR. It's short, which is also helpful if you have any chonky reads that you need to get to as well. And it's a series, so you end up enjoying it. Then there is a second book that's already out that you can devour right after it. This is episodic in its storytelling. It follows a main character who has joined the staff of the Delicate Dream Department Store, and she has to learn the ins and outs of how to help people through their dreams, through sleeping, and there's a lot of life lessons along the way. You might just tear up. I certainly did.
Oh no.
But I hope you enjoy it, and you'll have to keep me in the know when you eventually pick this up. Thanks again, and happy reading, Claire.
Thank you, Leandra, so much for this one. It's translated fiction. I've never really delved that much into like healing kind of fiction stuff, but I do like cozy, so hopefully that this one will be a win for me. So thank you so much, Leandra, for putting this on my TBR. So thank you so much, Leandra, for putting the Delicate Dream Department Store on my TBR. As I said, translated fiction I've never really delved that much into, but it does look really cute and cozy. I'm obsessed with the cover of it. I absolutely love all the rainbow kind of vibe to it, and it's short, which is perfect. I do like a short read, which is perfect for like a readathon or something like that. So thank you so much, Leandra, for putting the Delicate Dream Department Store on my TBR. I can't wait to get to it. Okay guys, so the next person that picked a book for me was the lovely Vanessa from Read with Dr. B. I've watched Vanessa for a long time, and she does quite a lot of reading sprints and stuff, so if you're ever looking for any reading sprints, Vanessa is definitely the person for you. So yeah, let's find out what Vanessa has picked for me to read, and I'm definitely really excited about this one because I definitely think it's definitely going to be up my street for sure. Guys, so let's find out the book that Vanessa has picked for me to read, and I'm really, really excited about this one.
Hi Claire, it's me, Vanessa, also known as Read with Dr. B. So I'm very grateful that you asked me to help you choose part of your TBR, and I think that this book is perfect for you because you said that you live in Scotland, and this book takes place in Scotland. So it'd be very interesting for you to read it and then maybe feel like it's a little bit of home within a book. So the book that I'm talking about is Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson. It is delicious and spicy with a touch of suspense and thrill. If you have the opportunity, I would recommend that you listen to the audiobook as well because it really brings the characters to life. So in this book, we have two American best friends who travel to Scotland, and they are there to discover some family history, but they kind of get a little bit more than they bargained for. So Adam and Nicola, they run into this queer lord, as she calls herself, named Eileen, and then her housekeeper or groundskeeper, Finley. They get super tangled up in like sex and kinks. I mean, if you know S.T. Gibson, you know that's like what she likes to write about. But they also are racing against the clock to uncover a legacy of family curses before the time runs out. So we have evil fairies that are trying to kill that queer lord, Eileen, and take Adam as well into their portals. I will warn you that there's a little bit of a cliffhanger, but I think it'll leave you wanting more from book 2, and I think she's also doing a book 3. So I hope that you enjoy this one. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm hoping that you have the best time with it.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. I'm really, really excited to get to this one. I had no clue that Savage Blooms was set in Scotland, so that definitely gets me even more intrigued. So thank you so much, Vanessa, for putting Savage Blooms on my TBR. Okay guys, so next up, I asked the lovely Paula from Family and Books to pick me a book. I have known Paula for a while, and we did a Cookie Mayhem together last year, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of sprints and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really happy that she agreed to pick me a book. So yeah, without further ado, let's find out what Paula has picked for me to read. Okay guys, so let's find out what book Paula has picked for me to read. I'm really, really excited to share with you guys.
Hi Claire. First of all, thank you for asking me to do this for you. Second of all, damn, you've got some good books on your TBR. It was so hard to just pick one, so I'm gonna give you 2. Just in case someone else picks the one that I chose. We all know that I absolutely love Rick Riordan. I am a Rick Riordan stan. And you have The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Kane Chronicles. So that is the book that I choose for you to read. If you can get it on audio, please do it on audio because it is so good. I feel like it's perfectly set up as an audiobook. If you can't, that's fine too. But yes, please read it. The other one is the graphic novel Mooncakes.
I have already read this.
That was just one of the sweetest graphic novels I have ever read. It was so cute. I loved it so much. The art style, the story, it was so good. That is one to choose if someone already picked The Red Pyramid. I hope you get round to reading my book picks, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I did. Bye.
Thank you, Paula, for picking both those. I have read Mooncakes, the graphic novel, so I could maybe do a reread of it in January if I can fit it in, but Red Pyramid, I've definitely been meaning to continue on with the Rick Riordan verse for a long time. I have read the original Percy Jackson trilogy, but I haven't gotten around to the Kane Chronicles yet. I do own the Kane Chronicles. They're literally like right behind my shelf, but I can't get to it at the moment, so I can't actually show you the book. But I am definitely very keen to continue on with the Kane Chronicles, and it's Egyptian mythology, I think, if I remember correctly, which I do really, really enjoy, like Egyptian mythology vibes. Like I loved What the River Knows and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, thank you so much, Paula, for putting both of those books on my TBR. If I have time to get to Mooncakes, I will try and reread it, but I will definitely be picking up The Red Pyramid for sure. So thanks, Paula, for that. Okay guys, so the next person that I asked, I am so happy that she said yes to recommending me a book. She is an actual author. She's an actual author that has written books, published books, and I'm just so thrilled that she agreed to pick a book for me. And the person in question is the lovely Amy McCaw, who is the author of the Mina and the Undead series, one of my favourite series of all time. I definitely would highly recommend Mina and the Undead if you love vampires. And she's also just came out with The Own the Night, which is a Dracula retelling. And her books are just so much fun. And I can't believe that she said yes to recommending me a book. So yeah, without further ado, let's find out what Amy has picked for me to read. I'm so happy and excited that she said yes. So let's find out what Amy has picked for me to read. I still can't believe that she agreed to pick a book for me. And I'm just so happy. And go and pick up Amy's books, please. I beg you, go and pick up Amy's books. But yeah, let's find out what she has picked for me to read.
Hi Claire, I've been looking through your TBR list and I think you should read The Notorious Virtues by Alan Hamilton. I read it earlier this year and I absolutely loved the magical system. I thought it was fantastic, really inventive and fun. I thought it was a great setup where it's a group of teens who are battling it out to be the heir of their family's fortune and magic. And also I really like the fact that there are different narrators, different characters to fall in love with. And there are a couple of slow burn romances in there too that I really enjoyed. So I hope you enjoyed that one if you decide to pick it up.
Thanks, Amy, for recommending this one to me. I actually haven't heard a lot about it, which maybe is a good thing or it might be a bad thing, I don't know. But I'm really, really excited to get to this one. I've had that on my Kindle for a while. So thank you so much, Amy, for putting The Notorious Virtues on to my TBR. Okay guys, so next up, I asked the lovely Sarah from Wicked Reading to pick a book for me. If you don't know Sarah, she created the horror bingo board TBR, which I am currently doing at the moment, and she tends to read quite a lot of horror stuff. So she's definitely done me a solid with the book that she has picked for me, because it is actually on my horror bingo board TBR, and I've been meaning to get to this book for so long and I haven't done it yet. But yeah, let's find out what Sarah has picked for me to read. Guys, so let's find out what the lovely Sarah has picked for me to read, and she's definitely done me a solid with this one for sure. So let's get her video on.
Hi Claire, thank you so much for inviting me to participate in picking your TBR for you. So I decided to go with a book that I personally really enjoyed and had a great time with, and I know that not only is it on your current horror bingo TBR, but it was on your last horror bingo TBR and you didn't get the chance to get to it. So I decided to pick out Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant for you. I hope you're not a seasonal reader, because I realize a water setting horror book might not be the most appropriate for winter, but it's really great. I hope you enjoy it. So happy reading.
Thank you, Sarah. You've definitely done me a solid with that one. As she said, I did have it on my horror bingo board last year and I didn't get to it. I've got it on my bingo board this year for the water setting prompt, and I'm determined to pick up that book. It's been on my TBR for so long, and I think I will definitely use it for Winterweend for sure. I mean, you can read those kind of books all year round, to be honest. But thank you so much, Sarah, for putting Into the Drowning Deep on my TBR. Okay guys, so next up, the next person I asked was my lovely bookish friend Hermit from the book Hermit. You all know Hermie on BookTube. They do lots of reading sprints and all that sort of stuff, so I'll leave their channel link down below. And the book that they picked for me, I'm definitely really excited about. I've been meaning to read more from this author for a while, and I have read 2 other books from this author and I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, without further ado, let's find out the book that Hermit has picked for me. Guys, so let's find out the book that Hermie has picked for me, and I'm really excited to share this one with you guys.
Hi Claire, thanks for asking me to help out with a book pick for your project. I would like you to read This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I wanted to pick something that I felt confident that you would enjoy and that I had already read. I read this last year and it was just such a sweet time. It is a contemporary romance set in a beautiful setting, Prince Edward Island. Lucy hooks up with a hot guy, not realising he is her best friend's brother. This obviously causes potential issues. Can they stay away from each other, or will they have to give in to their insane attraction? This does have a little miscommunication, which I think, if I remember correctly, you're not the biggest fan of, as neither am I. However, it is actually really well written and the ending is really satisfying. So I am hoping you will have a great time with this one. Enjoy, lovely human.
Thank you so much, Hermie, for putting the Summer Will Be Different on my TBR. I've been meaning to get to it. I have read One Golden Summer, which is it's kind of like interconnected standalone. So I think that follows the brother of the main male MC in The Summer Will Be Different in One Golden Summer. If I remember correct, it's also confusing. But I definitely have been wanting to read that one for a while, and I've also read Meet Me at the Lake, I think it was called, by Carly Fortune, and I really like that one too. So thank you so much, Hermie, for putting This Summer Will Be Different on my TBR. Be nice. It's I've not actually had a contemporary romance picked for me, so yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one. Okay guys, so before I move on to do my spinner wheel picks for my bookish friends I've picked, giving me a spinner wheel to pick from, I have one more clip to share with you guys, and that has come from the lovely Brooklyn from Brooklyn Reads. I love Brooklyn. She's the loveliest human being, and I'm really excited for the book that she's picked for me because it's actually done me a solid, because it is my own book club's book pick that I am now going to be doing quarterly. Book club buddy reads. So for the first 3 months of the year we are going to be reading this book, and then I'll pick another book for the next 3 months after that, and so on and so on. But this one is going to be our first buddy read in my book club, so I'm really excited to share with you guys what the book is and the book that Brooklyn has picked for me to read. Guys, so let's find out the book that Brooklyn has picked for me to read. That's a tongue twister. But yeah, let's find out the book that she has picked for me, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys.
Hello Claire, happy January. I hope you're having a lovely start to your new year. Obviously I'm still in the throes of Christmas, but I'm super excited and honoured to get to pick one of your books for your reading this month. And I went with The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bolivio because this one has been on my TBR for so long. So when I saw it on your TBR, I was like, I want you to read this so we can read it together. If that's not a good enough
Absolutely.
But I'm picking it on the basis of this sounds like something we would both love. Epic fantasy, romantasy vibes. I've heard the chemistry in this one is off the charts. We have both good taste in chemistry because we love the Chestnut Spring series. So I'm hoping that we both love this. What better way to give you a reason why to read this than to read it with me? So surprise buddy read. Happy reading.
Yay! Thank you so much, Brooklyn. And yes, we can definitely buddy read The Second Death of Locke. And I am just obsessed with this cover on this book. It's absolutely stunning. And the only thing I really know about it, I think we're following a mage, I think I want to say, and her bodyguard, I want to say. Apparently, I know Gavin has read this recently, and he said that the synopsis does spoil something that happens in the book to not read the synopsis. But I have heard really good things. I've never read from V.L. Bolivio before. I think she's normally done horror, and this is her fantasy debut, I want to say. But yeah, we can definitely do a buddy read of this one, Brooklyn, for sure. And it's also going to be my own book club's buddy for the months of January, February and March. So you're more than welcome to come and join my book club for reading The Second Death of Locke for those 3 months. So thank you so much, Brooklyn, my love, for picking a book for my TBR, and I can't wait to read it. Okay guys, so we have now made it to the spinner wheel portion of my TBR picks. So firstly, I've got two lovely booktubers that I absolutely adore their channels. I'm patron on both of their channels and I absolutely love them. So to kick off the spinner wheel, I am going to be doing a spinner wheel for my lovely bookish friend Steph from Steph Loves. You all know Steph on BookTube. She is awesome, and she didn't really give me these books as such. I went on to her Goodreads and Goodreads and Storygraph, and I picked 5 books that she has given 4 or 5 stars to that I think I'm going to love, because we do tend to have similar tastes and we have read a lot of the same books. So I want to try and get picks that I haven't read yet that she has given 4 or 5 stars to. So yeah, without further ado, let's find out the book that I'm going to be reading from Steph's book picks. Okay guys, so this is the spinner wheel I set up for Steph's book picks, and I'll just go through each of them and the reason why I picked them. So I decided to put on Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moronova. This is a dark romance and Steph gave this 5 stars. She read it recently and she really enjoyed it. I've never read from K.M. Moronova before, but I've seen this book everywhere, and I've seen a couple of booktubers that I do share similar taste to really enjoyed it. So Laura, who I've recently started watching, she really enjoyed this, and a couple other book girlies have really enjoyed this, so I've put that one on there. Then here I've got When the Tides Held the Moon by Vanessa Len. This is a historical kind of fantasy. I know Jan really enjoyed this one, and also Steph read this recently and she gave it 4.5 stars. She really enjoyed it, and I gave her actually a copy of the book for her birthday because it's just the actual cover of this book is so pretty. So I think I'm really going to enjoy it because I do tend to like historical fantasy kind of stuff. The next I have got here Wolf by Paisley Hope. This is another dark romance, motorcycle romance, and that's all I really know about it. But I have read from Paisley Hope before her cowboy romance series, Holding the Reins, and I really enjoy that series. So I think I'm going to have a good time with that one too. And Steph gave that one 5 stars. Then I've got Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. This is the first book in a series. Romantic suspense kind of vibe, small town romance kind of vibe, and I have been meaning to get this one for a while, but I know Steph has really been enjoying the series. I think she's on book 3 or 4, I want to say. So I've put that one on there. Then I've put down Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Steph read this recently in one of her vlogs and she gave it 5 stars, which I wasn't expecting. I thought she was going to DNF it, but she gave it 5 stars. So, and I have read from Taylor Jenkins Reid previously. I loved The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I really liked, what's another one that I liked? Malibu Rising I really liked. I quite enjoyed that one. So this one is set in the 80s, like sci-fi, space, NASA kind of vibe, which I'm really intrigued about. The next I have got here, The Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre by Philip Fracassi. This is a horror, and I have read from Philip Fracassi before, The Boys in the Valley, and I did give it 4 stars. And this is meant to be like the Thursday Murder Club, but make it horror. And it's set in a retirement home, there's people that get killed off and stuff, and it does sound quite a lot of fun. So I really wanted to get that one on there, and that would be perfect for Winterween. And then lastly, I've got on Insatiable by Lee Rivers. This is another dark romance, but this is very dark. And Steph binged the whole series this year and gave the whole series 5 stars. I know Laura has also read the series and gave it 5 stars. So I'm definitely really intrigued about this one. I have heard quite a lot of good things about this one. So yeah, well, without further ado, let's find out what book is going on my TBR. I am a little bit nervous because this is out of my hands. So I am excited for all of these, but let's do a spin and see what we get. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. I'm really nervous. Oh! Okay, that's perfect. Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moronova. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, I've got it on my Kindle because I think it's currently on KU. But yeah, I am really happy with that pick actually. So thank you, Steph, for letting me know that you were happy with these book picks. And yeah, I can't wait to get to Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moronova. I'm really happy. Okay guys, so we have finally made it to my final book pick for my TBR. And the booktuber in question that recommended a spinner wheel for me to do is the lovely Jan from Jan Agaton. I'm also one of her patrons, and I just love her channel so much. She does the best videos, she does her cram and vlogs, and she does tend to read a lot more horror than what I do, and she loves like vampires and all that sort of stuff. So she gave me a couple of options. I have slightly changed one of the options because I have got a book theme author on my TBR from somebody else, so I decided to go on to her Storygraph and pick something else that I thought I haven't read yet and I think that I would love, that she really enjoyed. So yeah, without further ado, let's find out the books that Jan has recommended for me to put on a spinner wheel and find out what book I'm going to be reading. Guys, so here is Jan's spinner wheel. So the books that she has given me, and I have changed one of them slightly as I just mentioned. So we have The Hacienda by Isabel Cañez. I've been really, really intrigued about this one because this is basically pitched as Mexican Gothic, and I really loved Mexican Gothic. It was a 5-star read for me, and I really do like Gothic kind of vibes, Gothic romance kind of vibes. So this has definitely been on my TBR, my Kindle TBR for a long time. Then next up, we have Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I've never read a Laini Taylor before, and I think that this is YA, I want to say. And I don't really know too much about it, but it's definitely a booktube oldie. So it's definitely been on my radar for a while. So I'm not too bothered if I get it or not, but I definitely want to give it a go, at least give it a try anyway. Then next up, I have got Horrid by Katrina Leno. I've never read a Katrina Leno book before, but the cover for Horrid is absolutely stunning. I love it so much, and I only know it's a horror, so I don't really want to know too much about it going into it. The next up is the one that intimidates me a lot, but it is Jan's favourite classic of all time, and it's basically like inspires her channel. It's Dracula by Bram Stoker. I am not really a classics reader, so this is so intimidating to me. I don't actually own a copy of Dracula, but if I do end up getting it, I will go out and buy a copy. I do really love the Penguin like leather-bound classic edition. I have got it on my wish list. But if I do end up getting Dracula, I will get a copy of it, and I will try it. I will try it, because I do love stuff with vampires in it, and this is like the OG classic vampire story, so it is intimidating, but I'm willing to give it a go, because I know Jan absolutely adores this book. Then next up, we have got a completely different genre. We've got Beach Read by Emily Henry. This is one of the only Emily Henrys that I haven't read. I still haven't read Great Big Beautiful Life yet, but Emily Henry, we've got an up and down relationship. I've liked some of her books, and I haven't really loved the others. But Beach Read I haven't read yet. So hopefully it could be a win for me, and it would be a nice contemporary romance, quick to get through. So that's on there. Then next up, we have got a YA fantasy, A Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is an OG booktube book as well, and it's fantasy romance, I believe, and I've never read a Margaret Rogerson book before, but I know her books are quite popular, so it would be probably quite quick to get through because it doesn't seem that long. And then finally, this is the book that I have changed, because I did have Hazelthorn recommended to me by CJ Drews, but I have already got a CJ Drews book recommended for this TBR. So I've put down Anathema by Kerry Lake. This is a dark romance, and it is on KU, so I can get access to it. But it is quite a chunky one, so it would be interesting to give this one a try. And I have heard good things about it. So let's just crack on and find out what Jan's book pick is going to be. I am really nervous. I'm hoping it's not going to be what I think I'm going to get, but let's see what I'm going to get. Oh, I'm so nervous. Ooh, I'm really, really nervous. Oh, okay, that's alright. Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. That's okay. I'm quite happy with that. And it is fantasy. I do really love fantasy, and it is quite short, so hopefully it shouldn't take me too long to get through. So thank you so much, Jan, for all of those book picks. I was so nervous I was going to get Dracula, but I will read it at some point, and I definitely will read all of those book picks at some point. But I'm happy with Sorcery of Thorns. I was so nervous it was going to go on Dracula there. I was really, really, really nervous. But yeah, thank you so much, Jan, for all of those book picks, and that is my complete January TBR. Okay guys, so that is my complete January TBR. I just wanted to say a massive, massive thank you to every single person that has recommended a book for my TBR. I really appreciate that you took the time to film clips for me and give me some recommendations for spinner wheels and stuff like that. I really, really appreciate it. So I'm just going to do a quick wrap up of all the books that were picked for me for my TBR and who picked them for me. So we started off with Barb's pick, which was Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. Then next up we had Theo's pick, which was Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. Then Heather's pick was Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. Then Leandra's pick, we had The Delegate Dream Department Store by Lee Mai. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm really excited to get to that one. It's a nice short one. Then next up we had Vanessa's pick, which was Savage Blooms by S.T. Gibson. I really do want a physical copy of that book because it is absolutely stunning. Then next up we had Amy McCaw's pick. I still can't believe that she said yes to recommending me a book. And we had The Notorious Virtues by Alwyn Hamilton. I think it's how you pronounce that author's name. Then next up we had Paula's pick, which was The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, the first book in the Kane Chronicles. Then next up we had Sarah's pick, which was Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Grant. She's definitely done me a solid with that pick, so thank you, Sarah. Then next up we had Hermes' pick, which was This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, nice contemporary romance. Then we had Brooklyn's pick, which was The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovolino. I'm just obsessed with this cover. I love it so much and I can't wait to get to it. Then we had Steph's Spinner Wheel pick, which gave me Leave Me Behind by Ken Moranova. I'm really, really excited to get to that one. And then finally, we had Jan's pick, which gave me Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. So I'm really happy with all of those book picks on my TBR. There's such a good mix of stuff, I think, and I've been in a slump pretty much all of December. I'm currently reading Heated Rivalry at the moment, and I'm absolutely loving it. So I think it's definitely helping me with the slump that I've currently got. And I'm currently rereading Binding 13, so I can continue on with the series, because I thought a slump, I reread something that I know that I love. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope January 2026 is another great year for you all. And I'm really excited to trying to get back onto booktube again. I'm going to try and do reading sprints again and just get back into the swing of things again, and I'm so excited for winter reading in January. And yeah, I'm just really excited for 2026. It's going to be an amazing year. I can feel it. So if you liked this video, give me a like and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye.